All right, what's new? What's new? Got another pick for you today. In this one, we got the Memphis Grizzlies traveling to my current place of residence, Denver, Colorado, to take on the Denver Nuggets. So yeah, man, two good teams. The Grizzlies won last night. They beat the Trailblazers. To my surprise, I picked the Blazers in that one, but the Grizzlies are a good team, man. I definitely have a lot of respect for them. I hope they make the playoffs because I think they're a fun young team. I like teams that are, just don't get that respect and they stay low key and, do the right thing, build stuff up the right way. And speaking of building stuff up the right way, look at these Denver Nuggets, man. I really admire what they have done, man. They've built this thing up from the ground up. No real marquee free agent signings. I mean, yes, they did get Paul Millsap in free agency, but they've pretty much done it all through the draft. I mean, thanks to their absolute genius in front office, in Tom Connelly. I got huge respect for the Nuggets. I'm not a I'm a Knicks fan, die orange blue through and through. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to pick a second favorite team, it'd definitely be the Denver Nuggets. I don't let that affect my picks though. And I just think the Nuggets are gonna win this game. It has nothing to do with how much love I got for them. Look at the situation logically. And I think the Nuggets should win this one. You have the Memphis Grizzlies coming off a back-to-back. And usually I'd say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. They're a young team. It really doesn't matter. Playoffs are coming up. Every team's, fighting. Both teams would like this game. The Nuggets, I mean, they're kind of in a kind of a cushy place right now. They're in the fourth seed. They're 3 games out from the Clippers, and then the Lakers are 4 games back from them. So, I mean, it looks like they're going to be the fourth seed. They do have something to play for, but they're not going to be, this isn't win or die for them. For the Memphis Grizzlies, every game is huge. I mean, they're currently holding off the Golden State Warriors by 1 for that 8th seed, and they're behind the Trailblazers by half a game. So Grizzlies would love to stay away from that 9th and 10th seed, I'm sure. So they're going to be playing for something. But with it being a back-to-back, and they're going to Denver. And as someone that lives in Denver, bro, the altitude is no joke, bro. It's not just some overhyped thing. I know these are professional athletes and they can, handle it. But it does get to you, man. It can get you quite tired. And I think it will play impact later in the game. I can see this being close early on for the first, half. And I see the Nuggets pulling away in the third and fourth quarter. Obviously, the Nuggets are going to be without Jamal Murray. That one really killed them, man. I think with Jamal Murray, I actually think the Nuggets were a sleeper to win the whole entire thing. I really think that they could have done it. But without Murray, I think those chances are kind of out the window at this point. But I still see them finishing strong. Obviously, they still have the man, Nikola Jokic. I actually picked him to win MVP early on in the year. So if he comes, I'm obviously rooting for him to do well every single game. He hasn't had, he's had his normal performances as of late. Let's see in his last couple games. Let's see. He put up 24, 8, and 12 against the Rockets. That's like a normal night for him, man. That's a pedestrian night for him. Then he struggled a little bit against the Warriors. He only put up 19, 6, and 6 with a 7 for 16 field goal shooting night. So that's not a great game for him. I'm expecting for him to show out tonight. He's due. I'm picking the Nuggets. They're also going to be without Will Barton. And Will Barton is a wild card player, man. He can really help you some nights, and he can really hurt you some other nights. So he's kind of slow on passing the ball. Like, when you have Jokic on the team, man, you just expect, they have so many good playmakers. They have Campazzo, Jokic. They have a lot of good players. They have a lot of players that can pass the ball very well. So when you have Barton, who's just always late on passing the ball, it's kind of frustrating watching Will Barton play on this Nuggets team. But he can also score some crazy buckets that you did not expect him to score. He can make a tough shot that you would never expect him to win, never expect him to get a bucket out of. So Will Barton is a total wild card. So it's not always the worst that he's out. Then you have Monte Morris, and he is questionable. So I would like if he plays. He's a very good backup point guard. He'll probably be starting if he does play. But yeah, I'm going with the Denver Nuggets. I do think the altitude will play a factor in the later part of the game. And at a spread of, -4 points, I wouldn't mind taking that, but I personally bought a point for the Nuggets, so I'm taking the Nuggets -3. We'll see what happens.